Join us for the Hip Hop Lounge, hosted by True Allah and Friends. Trending topics, indie spotlight, and of course, True Allah's Pick of the Week. Each and every Tuesday, a part of the 4th and 1 Takeover, only on citybuzzradio.com.
Peace, you know what time it is if you got me in this element. Another edition and segment of the Indie Roundtable. I am your host, True Allah, with my partner, Indy from Indie Black Films. Peace, God. How you doing, brother?
Peace, True. How you been?
Man, it's some trying times, man, but I'm going to be all right, King.
I mean, I feel you. I mean, we all doing as good as we could be doing in this time right now, I guess, right? With everything that's going on. Yeah. So now we just go ahead and get it started, man. We get it cracking. Let me see my guest on the phone still. Alfonso, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So we will start off this show with Alfonso Settles. Is actor extraordinaire. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna do too much talking. Let you do it yourself. Alfonso, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, well, you know, I'm an actor. I'm born and raised here in Detroit, Michigan. You know, I done traveled a little bit. You know, I got into the game. You know, I got bit by the acting bug really not that long ago. I started like the end of 2015, going into 16. You know, with a project called Ovid and the Art of Love, and I just got bit by the acting bug, man. And I just been going hard ever since, man. I've been, you know, fortunate enough to start gaining more roles and more notoriety and exposure, man. And here we are today.
Okay. So any school or training or YouTube videos? Like, how did you get that?
No, I actually did take a couple of acting classes with this acting company when I first started, because they got me started in a modeling. I won't say the name, but they got me started in a modeling industry, and then that kind of it goes hand in hand. So it transcended into them getting me some roles, some auditions in the acting realm, and then here I am. I took a couple of classes, but, you know, as far as schooling, no, I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college. You know, I have looked at some YouTube videos, but, you know, that's really about it.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, so let's get it. First, let's get into like some stuff that you're actually in that people can understand. You actually got a movie that you're playing in that's pretty big on Tubi, right? What's it called?
Yeah, it's called He Played Me. So it came out about a month ago, and right now the last update I had, we're still currently sitting not only the number one movie on Tubi, but we're the number one indie film in the country. I think that's really huge. And, you know, Damon Dash, he has a movie called Honor Up on Tubi as well, and he actually partnered with Homestead Entertainment, and that's the same company that distributed our movie He Played Me. So, you know, we just really doing big, phenomenal things on all levels, man. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Okay. So as far as with that film, was that connections? How did you get the role in that film?
Yeah, it's definitely connections. My lady, she actually is friends with the producer of the movie. They go back like 20 years, but the producer actually saw me in another film that I was in called Deceitful Passions. And she said from right there, when she first saw me in that role, she thought I would be perfect to play Job, the main character in this film. He played me. So, you know, the connection was made. You know, we had a couple of conversations with one another over the phone. I believe that was back in like January of 20. It was right before the pandemic hit us. And, you know, she offered me the role, and, you know, I accepted it, and then we kind of went from there. And then things kind of got paused because of the pandemic. You know, the world was on shutdown, and we didn't know, you know, what was going to happen. But we were blessed to kind of still do a little bit of filming through the pandemic. We actually shot some of the trailer and some of the movie scenes in the summer of 20 last year. But I hadn't actually read the book, because this film is a book first.
Okay.
So when I actually took the time to read the book, and from that point on, I was hooked. And I went back, her name is Lisa Brown. I went back to Lisa and I said, listen, you know, I don't know what the budget is. You know, I know this is your baby, no offense, but if you put this movie on YouTube, because it's supposed to be a YouTube series, I was like, if you put this on YouTube as a series, you're going to sell yourself short. This movie, this is a film. This is a big film. So, by me telling her that, she actually said, well, let me talk to a couple of powers that be and make a couple phone calls, and I'll get back. A month later, she hit me back and was like, yo, you was right. We're going to do this as a movie, and here we are.
Okay. So was she the one that actually wrote the book, or is she?
Yes. Lisa Brown is the writer and producer of this book, because this is her true life story. Everything in this film and in that book, it happened to her in real life.
Oh, okay.
It's based on a true story.
Okay. Just like you were telling me, I know we talked a little bit about it. Go ahead and tell a little bit about the movie without giving away everything. We don't want to spoil it.
Okay, right. Well, hopefully everybody's seen it, but I know some people that haven't seen it. But no, it's a great film. It's an erotic thriller, so we all know what that means. So there are some scenes that I advise you strongly not to watch this movie with children or anybody under the age of 17, because there's some explicit scenes in this film. But it's a great film. My character, Jai, he comes in initially. He's supposed to be the nice guy, the charming guy, handsome, tall. He's coming in and he's sweeping this woman off of her feet. But she's already in a marriage, and it's a bad one. Her husband is an alcoholic. He is not supportive to her. She's trying to open up a hookah shop. He is not supportive of what she's trying to do. He's not spending time with her, and, and then sexually, he's not satisfying her. So she eventually goes out and she has an affair with a female. And that goes on for quite some time, and then the female wants to take things to the next level and wants to run off with her, and she says no, and it doesn't happen, and then they break off, and she goes back to her husband to try to make it work, because she really loved him, and she wanted the relationship to work, and it just wouldn't. He couldn't stay off the bottle. The sex was bad, he wasn't supportive, and she just got tired. And then that's where my character comes into play, and he comes in, and like I said, he's nice, he's sweet, he's charming. He's attentive, he's supportive, he's giving her all the things that she wants, and then, then they start engaging in a sexual relationship, and then it just kind of goes from there. And I don't want to give too much more away about the movie, but you just have to watch it. But Jai, my character, is not who he appears to be initially, and you'll start to see that unfold as the movie goes on. And at the end of the day, it's just like he's the worst guy ever invented.
You said that's number 1 on Tubi?
It's number 1 on Tubi, and it's the number 1 movie in the country right now. For films.
And which that sounds sexy too, but I'm just like number 1 on Tubi just kind of rings my ear, because that's actually the highest paid platform right now. So that is
yes, it is.
Okay, so what's been the response since the movie came out?
The response has been crazy. I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, everybody. I say this humbly, like, everybody wants to be a star, and I don't even want to say like I'm just some major superstar, but the amount of phone calls, text messages, DMs, inboxes has been crazy. Not from just people in my city of Detroit, but just all over the world. I'm getting messages from people in Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Texas. I mean, you name it. They're sending me messages. There's just outpouring of love. My social media has shot up. Crazy. It's just been crazy when I'm out and about. I get a lot of stares. Sometimes people say things, and then sometimes they don't. They just sit back and stare all night. So it's crazy, man. But I love it, because at the end of the day, my character. I studied Lawrence Fishburne and what's what got to do with it. So a lot of my feedback has been they hate my character so much, but they love him at the same time, because he was such a bad person. And everybody's telling me that I did such a great job with it. And I feel that I did too. Honestly, I feel like he played me so far has been my best work to date out of all the films that I've ever done.
I mean, look, I got to give you some congratulations, because, that's a big feat right there. Not only, did you get a major role in one of these films, a film that actually is doing numbers.
It's doing crazy numbers.
Yeah, because look, as a film, to equate it in music, like in an analogy, it would be you have like a hit record that pops, like, because there's like the music that pops, so there's like niche audiences, like certain types of like rap maybe pop, like it's on a certain scale. But then, like, let's say if you hit the pop and then pop, it's like on a whole nother level. Like you like,
yes,
yes.
Yes.
So that's why I was interested to say. Okay, so do you got representation, or how's that working? You getting your own stuff?
I do have some. I do have an agent in an agency that I deal with, but for the most part, I've been kind of networking on my own. Just with the stuff that I've already done, and just building relationships throughout the years with different people. And he played me just basically was off of relationship. Just networking and knowing people and knowing this person and know somebody else because you could be super duper talented, but you do kind of got to know somebody in order to get in where you can be seen and then excel from there. Once you get in the door, it's up to you to perform. And I was fortunate enough to do that.
I know you said your lady was the one that introduced you to that. Are they like friends, like to the producer? Or are they friends?
Oh, yeah. They're friends. Like, she saw me in Deceitful Passions, but the relationship that I have with my lady allowed her to be able to have more contact with me versus going through somebody else. It was just kind of more so like, hey, my friend here has been writing this book, and my lady, she was really big on Lisa from when it was a book. And my lady, she liked to read a lot of books. So she had been telling me about He Played Me long before I actually took the time to read it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, my homegirl got this book. It's based off of her life. Oh, my God, you got to read it. And I just kind of like, yeah, okay. Like, I hear you, but I just, not that I didn't believe her, I just was like, oh, okay, So, I'll read it eventually. It was just one of those things. And then, everything just came full circle. And once it piqued my interest and I actually did take the time to sit down and read it, I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, I should have read this a long time ago. But, I think timing was everything and the way everything just came full circle, man. So, I was blessed to have that opportunity. But, man, to be honest, if it hadn't been for my lady, I don't know that I would have still got that same opportunity. Maybe so, maybe not. But I don't think so.
So, not to say anything good or bad, but, has the representation got you anything? I'm sure there's benefits just with relationships with them, right?
Yeah. My representation, they've got me auditions. So I've auditioned for a lot of different stuff, man. I just haven't landed anything, and that's why, I tell people in this industry that if you think you're going to be an overnight success, this is the wrong industry for you. Those are one-off. Those are literally 1 in 1,000 eyes that somebody see you today and then you're famous tomorrow because of something that they see in you. That's storybook almost. It can happen, but again, it's 1 out of 1,000. So my representation, they've booked me for stuff like, not booked me, but they've got me auditions for I had auditioned for Power, book 2, long, like when they were still in season 1 of Power. Didn't get it. I even had auditions for Raising Kanan. Didn't get it. I've had auditions for The Games People Play with Laura London on BET. Didn't get it. So, I've had a lot of opportunities, man, but, I say everything happens for a reason, and when it's my time, then I'll land something. But if they're reaching out to my representation and, offering me an audition, that means that I'm on the radar and they see me. So, I'm happy with that. And when my time comes, I'll knock it out the park.
Okay, so how many films had you done at that point when you shot this one?
How many films have I done prior to He Played Me?
And shooting that before the.
I had about maybe 5 or 6 out that you can actually see, but again, I've done stuff that unfortunately haven't seen the light of day. So even though nobody's seen it, I got the experience, which nobody can ever take from you. Once you get that experience, and that's the biggest thing. So when you move on to the next project, you kind of know how to navigate and maneuver through things. And then just kind of make it happen from there. So at the time, I probably had about 4 or 5 films out already.
Okay, what was your experiences? Okay, not to get on that one. That's the big one. But like, even I know you had another one, right? Your Dear Future Husband or something.
Yeah, Dear Future Husband actually dropped a couple of months before He Played Me. So Dear Future Husband right now, it just moved into the most popular category on Tubi. It's doing really well from what I'm being told. A lot of feedback from the movie is really great, positive, and it's a different kind of film from He Played Me. Dear Future Husband is a faith-based film, so it's not, there is no sex in the film. There is not a lot of strong language. It is something that you literally can watch with the kids, But He Played Me is just something altogether different. You gotta wait till the kids go to bed to watch that one. But Dear Future Husband is doing really good from what I've told the last update I had. I think they told me that because we're also on Urban Flicks for Dear Future Husband, and I believe that they had the #1 spot. I don't know if they still have it, but I know they did.
What was your experience like on that one?
For Dear Future Husband? It was great. I enjoyed it. My role wasn't as big as it was for He Played Me, but, I came in, I think for me, I think I was on set maybe 2 or 3 days. So it wasn't nothing that was very time consuming, but I enjoyed it. The producers, one of the producers, Rocky and Janelle Black, they brought me in with Nyembe. She's one of the other producers. So, they brought me in. It was a pleasant experience being on set for the most part.
Okay, so you saying that was a smaller role? Well, okay, so how long was the other one? I didn't even ask you. Like, how many days was you on set versus on He Played Me?
Oh man, for He Played Me, because I was one of the main characters. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we shot that last year. I think it was a 14-day shoot, and out of those 14 days, I was on set 12. Yeah, so I was there a majority of the days.
And so, was she able to raise the funds herself? I know you probably don't know too much about it. Was it self-funded, or did she have?
As far as I know, yeah, she came in the game, kind of ready to go. I don't know what her financial status is like, so I can't speak too much on that. But she came in with the budget. She took care of everybody, to my knowledge. I know she took care of me. Paid me a nice lump sum for the role, and we didn't have no issues. I love Lisa, man. She handled business all the way around. So, I'm anxious to get ready to do He Played Me too, which I don't think we may not shoot that till either December or January of next year.
Okay, so that's definitely in the works.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening for sure. It has to.
Okay, and those are like 2 names. So did you first start shooting like shorts or something, or was you?
No, my very first film was Ovid and the Art of Love. That was with John Savage. He's a guy. He played in The Godfather. If you Google him, you'll recognize him. He's been in tons of movies. That was my first role. I had a featured extra role, so I shared a lot of camera time with him. I actually killed a couple of guys for him, but I didn't say anything. I have done a couple of plays. I've done a couple of short films. Now I'm just at the point where everything I do, I just want to be full length. The shorts are great. They're quick. Something that you can do real fast and get out there and get some exposure. But I'm at a point now where I just want to do all full length motion pictures at this point.
Yeah, I understand. Especially like you said, you got a little bit of momentum right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it's a blessing, man. It's a major blessing for me to be in the position that I'm in right now, and I got other stuff coming up too. It's really big from between now and the beginning of next year. So it's just all blessings, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I know you can't really talk about much. Anything you can talk about as far as?
Yeah, I can talk. I got Dog Man coming up. That's DMX's last movie. I just actually on the phone about an hour or two ago with the director-producer for that film, discussing a couple of different things. But, about DMX's untimely passing, it kind of set things back a little bit. And they're in the process now of getting some CGI work done to him so we could still add him to the movie. When he passed away, we was going to have Michael Williams come in, and he was going to play DMX, the guy from The Wire, and unfortunately he passed away. So it's like, wow. So, we actually found another person to replace him to play the role, and things are still moving. Production's moving along, but it slowed, of course, with them passing, it slowed things down considerably. But I'm going to be doing that. I'm excited to do that, man. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that film.
Okay. So any advice you would give to, like, let's say up and coming actors? I know you you got it as a blessing for him, as in you started more modeling to begin with. So you kind of fell into acting, but
Yeah.
once you got in it, advice.
The advice I would say, man, for anybody up and coming or aspiring to do this, first of all, you gotta have thick skin. You gotta be able to deal with rejection because, I've acquired a lot of yeses, but trust me, I've acquired 10 times the amount of no's. But that's why when you get that one yes, it's so exciting because, somebody's gonna give you an opportunity to showcase your talent. But I just tell them, man, you gotta invest in yourself. You also gotta know that if this is something that you truly want to do, you gotta have some income coming in. But my suggestion to you is you better get you a job that's flexible to what you're trying to do. If you got one of these factory jobs or one of these jobs that sticklers about you being there and being on time and you can't leave, then that might be something that you have to consider. Because it's something that I have to consider. And fortunately, I'm at a point now where, I'm doing this full time and I'm having some success with it. And I love it. I love what I do. So you just got to really find a balance in between that. And then you got to be willing to invest in yourself. You're going to need headshots. These headshots aren't cheap. Even though the cell phones take the best pictures, when you are talking about auditioning for a major motion picture, you got to have a professional headshot. Which means you have to find a photographer. Maybe they could do a pro bono. I don't know. Y'all could work something out, but you got to have the best, highest quality photos possible. You need a resume. If you don't have anything to put on a resume, just get you a bio and then just, start looking up local agencies in your area. If you're not hearing you other places, a lot of these places have agencies or agencies that are in your nearest cities if you don't have one directly to you. There's a lot of work and research that goes into what you're trying to do, but if that's really what you want to do, those are some of the things that you got to be willing to sacrifice and do to get where you're trying to go. And it's a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint. I tell you that. So you got to have thick skin. You got to have patience, man. And you just got to have a grind and a work ethic. If you don't have those things, then this industry is not going to be for you, and you'll find out real quick that this is probably not going to work out for you.
Yeah, definitely speaking facts on that. How was the industry coming in film like in Detroit, or do you get roles that you have to go to Cali or to Atlanta or anything?
So in the D here, it was a little different. See, initially, we had the film incentive here. Where that's when we were shooting Batman versus Superman. We shot some of Need for Speed here. Detroit was Transformers. We were known for shooting some big budget films here, but when they took the film incentive away, it hurt us and they weren't able to get anything going. And that was the period of time where I was coming into the industry when they took the film incentive away. So everything that was popping off in the city was independent scene. And it was hard because, you gotta have, even on the indie scene, you gotta have some money or your film ain't gonna do well. It's not gonna look good, it ain't gonna sound good, it's just gonna be one of the movies when you see it, it's gonna be like, what is it? This looks terrible. And you don't want to be a part of nothing like that because you coming in already, down a little bit. So for me, all of my stuff started here in Detroit, but I was still able to get work and I was able to get quality work. I did First Lady, shout out to my man Dennis Reed for believing in me with that. First Lady had hoops, she from here, it had Jim Jones, he was in it. And, even though I had done stuff prior to First Lady was the first movie where everybody could see me and kind of recognize me, like, oh, okay, who is this guy? And then, I was able to start getting more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. And, again, now we're here. And I heard that the film incentive is supposed to be coming back. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. But if it is the case, then that's a good look for actors like myself and others in the city. Because that's just more work for us and more opportunities.
Yeah, you're right about that. You hit the nail on the head because as a producer, why shoot in a place that's not going to get an incentive? I go somewhere else, get 25-30% back.
Exactly. That's how everybody in Atlanta got the film incentive right now. You see what they doing. So,
exactly. Because in some cases you'll get the money back, not even a tax write-off or anything like that you got to get back literally in post. Okay, how long? Speaking of, I was saying post. How long did it take for
you to do post, for them to do post after he played since the COVID?
He played me. The turnaround was really quick for the most part. I was kind of able to share information with Lisa on different things and different people that she can talk to, and the turnaround production. Let me see. We filmed that in November of last year. We were done and premiered it. I believe that was June. I forget the date in June, but it was ready by June.
Okay.
So after it hit the theaters in June, there were a couple of things that needed to be cleaned up and changed a little bit before it went to streaming, and they were able to do that, and we were out by the middle of August.
Okay. Did you have like a premiere? Did you do special premiere? Most of the actors?
Yeah. We had two premieres actually. We had one here in Detroit. We sold out. I think we sold out like 5 or 6 theaters here. Like literally the whole city came out. It was crazy. Like I had a ball. Like we had a ball, and then we had another premiere about 2 weeks later in Atlanta. We premiered it there. That turnout wasn't as big because we didn't have a lot of promo behind it, but it was still nice. It was more intimate, and we still had a good time. So after we promoted there, after we did it there for the theater, came back home, and there was just a couple of things, like I said, in post that they wanted to clean up before it went streaming, and then it came out on Tubi, and when it hit, it just I don't know. I think the people were waiting for it because Tubi actually, or Homestead Entertainment actually dropped it before, like 3 or 4 days before they were scheduled to, which is unheard of. Usually when they give you a date and they tell you, okay, it's going to come out on this day, at 12 o'clock p.m., then that's what it is. And that 99% of the time doesn't change. I don't know if it was the buzz from He Played Me, from the premieres and the trailers that was being shopped around. I don't know, but they dropped it like 3 days early, and it went nuts. When I tell you they dropped it like 11 o'clock at night, and people were literally staying up to watch it. Like I was coming on my social media the next day, and it seemed like the whole city had already watched it. It was crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, again, so the book had to have been doing some numbers or something before that, right? Like, your wife had to be doing something. Something out the whole city, especially something like this.
Well, I don't know what the book did number-wise. I assumed that it did do good. I was told that it did good, but I don't know to what extent or what the details is behind the success of the book. I just know that my lady was bragging about it heavily and was, trying to get me to read it before I actually sat down and read it. And once I did, I was like, wow, I should have listened to you, baby. You're right. This is a good story. And I'm like, this really happened? And she's like, yeah. And then everything else just snowballed from there. So I don't know. I know once the movie dropped and people saw it, a lot of people were going back to read the book because, the book, from what I was told, the book from what I see, rather, the book has things in it that we couldn't put in the movie because the movie can only be for so long. So I don't know what the success was prior to, but I'm pretty sure it shot up even more after the movie came out.
I guess a question I'm trying to figure out is who in the movie or who is a part of the film that would have accounted for that traction, even at, like you said, even Detroit. Detroit is not a small city.
No, it's not. I mean, who could I couldn't, unless you talk to the producer herself, Lisa Brown, I couldn't tell you.
So there was no notable stars in the film?
Oh yes, no. And that was a conversation that was had, this is the first movie to do these kind of numbers with no quote unquote celebrity names attached to it. Like everybody in this movie is pretty much from here. And some may have a bigger name than others, but we're all in the same boat. And we just put it together and we rocked it out, man. We had great chemistry on set. I think everybody came in wanting to work hard, wanting this to be successful. And that's one thing that I believe in. And me and Lisa had this conversation, you got to have like-minded people around you and on your team in order for your project to be successful. And again, when I was on set, for the most part, it was all good. We worked and we made things happen. And, Now, now we got to hit film. So, that chemistry matters. I'll say that. It matters.
Yeah, it does. Wow. I mean, like you said, you guys got to pass yourself and the producer and who wrote the book and, and all of the actors in the film because, again, with no stars in it, you was able to drop it and gain that traction because being number one on Tubi is very big, actually. Which account for, as you said, the number one independent film in the production.
Mm-hmm. I think that is where the money comes from. So, shoot. I mean, are you looking? What type of roles are you looking for now? Because we got a lot of screenwriters and filmmakers that listen to our show.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they wanted to get you, what would they be looking at?
I mean, now at this point, I'm concentrating more on the action realm. Like, this DMX movie, Dog Man, that I'm getting ready to do is an action film. And I feel like that's it's kind of more of my lane at this point. I've done the abusive guy, the bad guy. Don't get me wrong, I love playing the bad guy. Growing up playing cops and robbers, I wanted to be a robber. It's just more fun. Like, it's, I enjoyed that, but I also want to I don't want to get typecast into that because I play it so well from what I've been told and from the work from the results that I've seen. I just want to be able to do other roles to show my range. And, I can be a lawyer or a doctor. I played a role in The Bad Girls. I was a college professor. I want to do things like that to show the range. But I'm more so focused right now in trying to get into more action roles because, me, I'm 6'5", 6'6". I'm 255 pounds, man. So I want to be able to get into something where I'm, fighting and breaking tables and throwing guys through windows and stuff like that, man. So that's kind of where I'm leaning to right now.
Yeah, that or fucking, I'll be sorry, because of it, but, or on the tip or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But, nah, that's good. So, I mean, how was the transition from modeling into acting?
It was actually easy for me. I mean, modeling was cool. I was able to become a published male model. I've done magazines, I've done print. I've modeled for Under Armour and different fashion shows. But the thing is, with the shows here in Detroit, it's very, very time consuming, and the money is not going to be there. In order for you to really get some traction and really make some real money, you're going to have to go outside of here to get it. And the people here, they just, I love my city, but, my experience was, this is cool. But at the end of the day, what am I really getting from this? Like, not making no money like that. I'm getting pictures that I got to wait for and chase different photographers down to get. And it just was too much, and then rehearsing 2 or 3 days a week. I mean, it was cool, but I'm like, nah, this ain't what I want to continue to do. It's cool. So, once I was able to get an audition and kind of get into acting, it was just like once I got into that circle, showing up to these auditions and it's like, hey, they auditioning for this. At this time over at this place, people talking, then you show up to that. And then you might see some of the same people that was at that previous audition, then you run into some new people. And then it's the same conversation. Hey, next week at such and such time at such and such place, they auditioning for this. Oh, for real? Oh, okay. I'm going to go. And then eventually you start running into the same people, the same producers, the same directors. And, I've been told a lot of times, you know what? You're not a fit for this big fella, but I can use you in that. And okay, and you have a conversation, you work everything out, you get your contract, and you go from there. And that's how I was able to build and transition. So man, the transition for me, fortunately, I was easy for me.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
But, dude, yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of that, since you didn't probably have a dream, not that you never wanted to be an actor since you were small, but that wasn't like probably such a major thing in your life.
It wasn't.
The phobias and fears and the things holding you back that a lot of actors have. You understand? People in the industry doing it so long, they kind of built up. Maybe I can't do it because of this, or I'm not going to be able to do that because of this, and I'm going to need this before that. And a lot of times, the universe might say, you might not have everything you need right now, but taking the sheer action, the universe would have aligned the things that you did need at the time that it comes. So, I think that a lot that you not having that, you probably just leave a lot more that you could if you more than other people.
I mean, yeah, for me, like, growing up, I was an athlete. I played basketball, and at that age, everybody's goal wasn't going to the league and going to the NBA. And, it wasn't until you get older and you realize that dream, that ship has kind of sailed, and then it's kind of like, well, damn, what I'm going to do now? I was getting older, and you can't play basketball your whole life. I played some semi-pro ball, but, it's not like NBA money, if at all. So I had to do something. So I had a period after I decided to just, retire from hooping and just not really pursue it anymore, that I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I could do, because I had put all my eggs in that basket, and unfortunately those eggs got broke. So, I was like, well, I'm going to try this modeling acting thing, and we just going to see how it goes. So I went into it with being, kind of not necessarily skeptical, but just like, I want to at least try it. If it doesn't work, then at least I know I tried. Because, you don't want to look up and you're 50, 60 years old trying to get into that industry, and that's going to be 50 times as hard. So,
I mean, but the transition, I guess, perfect from the model to, because we had somebody, not last week, the week before, they were saying that she ended up becoming an actress because she had came up a little bit in age as a model, especially it's a lot worse for females, I think.
It is. It absolutely is. The shelf life for a female model, you at 25, you almost done. Almost. So I was fortunate enough, with the guys, we have a longer shelf life in that industry than the females do.
Anything else you want to tell everybody?
Nah, other than that, follow me on my Instagram at Mr. Amazing One. So that's Mr.Amazn, the number one. You follow me, DM me. I'm pretty good at following back and responding to people as long as you're not disrespectful. My Facebook is pretty much full. You can follow my fan page on Facebook, and that's my first and last name, Alfonso Settles, and that's ALPHONSO, and then my last name is Settles, SETTLES.
So yeah, I'm gonna let you, because I'm gonna let my partner go ahead and in case he got any questions or remarks he wants to say to you before you go, and let him let you guys have the conversation. I didn't want to take over. True. You got anything you want to say or acting?
Well, peace, brother. It's really not like a question because you have answered quite a bit, but of more of appreciation for the route that you take or took is how I kind of want to address you with my little time that I have to share with you. To hear you speak of your journey and how it really, took hold and the decisions you had to make, knowing that, because you said you had to make a decision in regards to a job that you had, and if this is what you wanted to do, and you are, 6'5", 2 and some change, actor / model, and so the journey and the route you took is what I honor and take my hat off for, to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because it wasn't easy, man. It wasn't, but I knew that if this is what I truly wanted to do, then, sacrifices have to be made, man.
Now,
find out, what works for you, and then just go for that. My path is my path, and it worked for me, but it may not work for the next person. But that don't mean that their path, what they choose, not gonna work. They just got to be consistent in what they do and really believe in themselves.
Yeah, true. And now from the Indie Roundtable, because you have blessed the airwaves with such great wisdom and fruit and just good inspiration, and it's just real rap. When you look at it at the end of the day, you gave it up sincere, you gave it up humbly, you gave it up how you got even the break from even hearing, okay, I'll look at it. But then once you finally drunk that cup of water that your wisdom was pushing on you, it came to fruition. So with that being said, you 6'5", 255. I'm quite sure you just said you like that action and all that action. So True Allah and Anthony is going to offer you and your female, your lady you spoke about, 2 tickets to go see the Deontay Wilder fight if you are interested.
Oh, I definitely will be.
So what I would do?
Definitely will be.
So
boxing.
So what I would do? Once this is over, I'll have Anthony to get with you, and then y'all go over the particulars. We won't talk about the feudy stuff over the air. But it has been presented to you as a gift from the Indie Roundtable. I'm True Allah. This is Anthony. And we're giving you a gift of appreciation for the work you have put in. And even though you have a #1 film, that's something they're going to bless you with. I'm just grateful that you blessed the Indie Roundtable with us. So from my appreciation from you, we're offering you again a trip, which is October the 9th, to Las Vegas, you and your female, to witness Deontay Wilder whoop this white boy ass.
I'm definitely there. I appreciate you guys. That's huge. We're gonna have a great time because I love boxing and she probably love it more than me. So we definitely gonna be in the building. That's a major blessing, and I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you.
You are humbly welcome, and like I said, Anthony asked enough or great questions. You answered great questions. So from me to you, and from Anthony to you again, and from the Indie Roundtable, that's our blessing from you giving us a blessing, beloved. And I humbly appreciate you giving me your time.
No problem. Anytime. You guys need me to come back, as long as the schedule permits, I'll come back and kick it with y'all anytime.
All right, good brother. I appreciate you. And like I say, we'll get behind the closed doors and we'll make that happen and bring that into fruition with you so you can go and have a great time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chief.
All right, Anthony. That's it. That's all I had to say to him. I wanted to bless him with that, man. That's powerful, man. Sometime when you look at what you have done, and we oftentimes don't know how God will bless us when He see other people that's willing to bless us and put other people in position to say, "Hey, man, from what you did, I never saw you, I never met you, but as a blessing, this is my blessing to you and your female for blessing our round table with wisdom."
Awesome. I can't wait to tell her. She's going to be super hyped about this one.
So that's the beauty about life, man, when you're able to say, hey, man, I've been invited to a lot of things because I heard you say, the many yeses was met with its twin brother, which is no.
Exactly.
And out of all the no's, you still continue to elevate and rise. And in the midst of that elevation, you gathered pigskin. Everybody called it thick skin, but I call it pigskin. But because that's some of the toughest skin that you have to maneuver through in order to survive. And once you learn how to use what God has given you as your gift, you figured out the maze. Everything else we kind of like just lay down for you because you already went through the hardship. Hardship still will appear. But you know how to use your dim lights in regards to your headlights.
Facts. That's real talk right there too, bro. That's real talk. I'm happy that I came on and spoke to you guys today. And it's crazy, man. I got the email. And it's like I get these emails from Indie Roundtable all the time. And it's like I see it, but I never really read it. Because I get so many emails and then I might start reading, then get sidetracked and I'll forget. But today I got the email and I actually literally opened it up and took the time to read it. Like, what is this from Indie Films? I get this Indie Roundtable. I get this email a lot. What is this? And I actually read it. And when I read it, I was like, let's go. I was like, I'm gonna reach out and see what's going on with that. See what's up. And here we are today. I did it. I had a great time, and now I'm being blessed with tickets to go to Vegas to go watch Deontay Wilder win this fight. So it's just crazy how things work, because I never thought when I woke up today that this was even gonna happen.
Yeah, and again, like Sue said, we would thank you for being on the show, because they learned. We've got a lot of up and coming actors, and I know they learned a lot from your experience right now.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, man. I just want to be an inspiration. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I'm from the inner city, man. I'm from the hood. I'm from Detroit. I grew up off Dexter and Linwood, Dexter Davidson. So we all know what that's like. But my thing is, man, it ain't really about your circumstances and how you came up, but how you didn't become a product of your environment. I could have easily been out here selling dope or doing some other foolishness. But I chose not to take that route. Even at a young age, when my friends was out here selling dope and doing what they was doing in the streets, I was in somebody's gym playing basketball or somebody's basement playing video games, because I already knew that wasn't the life for me. And now that I'm an adult, I got a daughter, 13-year-old, I got to be here for her and teach her, show her. She just started high school. I got to be here for her. I got to be here for my family, man. So, it's funny how where you come from and, you already kind of, you coming in already down 10 and your circumstances are stacked against you, and you either going to, make a way or you going to falter. And for me, I just refuse to falter, man. So I feel like if I can do what I'm doing, where I'm from, considering how bad it is and how bad it was, if I can make it and keep climbing, I feel like anybody can. And if I can persuade people to see that and believe that, then that's a win for me within itself.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's like definitely an honor for you to be on the show, and and definitely spent the knowledge you did. And congratulations, man, and you and to the writer, producer, and everybody else that was in that film.
Thank you.
Especially when you grind. I know that when you get in grind mode, you're not gonna pat yourself on the back as much, because you got to get to work. But this is something you need to at least take a day or two to, as I guess they said back in the day, we have to feast to the gods or something. I guess I remember. To celebrate you, because you got to take that one day off. Even God in the 7 days took the one day to rest, and you need that one to rest, because that's big right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm so happy for everybody that was a part of it. I'm happy for Lisa Brown, being this her first film, and she came and not only came in the door but kicked it down and stormed through it, and it's just opening up so many opportunities for everybody that's been a part of it, man. So I'm just happy for what it's doing. It's just a major blessing.
Yeah, and you said, I'll get with you sometime this weekend, beginning of the week, and then we'll go over the particulars of the fight. But yeah, we got you with 2 tickets. So.
All right, definitely, man. Give me a call. You got my number locked in. I'm gonna lock you guys in. I'll answer. If I don't, shoot me a text. Call you right back.
All right, man. No worries, no, man. You be safe, too.
All right, you too, brothers. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
You do the same, King. Peace. All right, we had another caller that called in by the name of Kimmy Collins is on the line at the Indie Roundtable.
Yo, you there? Is that me?
No, I have 2 callers that called in. I had Brian the Cowboy call in, and then I have Kimmy on the phone. Brian called in first, so Kim, give me a quick, let Brian entertain us, and then you'll be on. But we are at the Indie Roundtable. So Brian, state your name and what's going on.
Hey, brother, how you doing, Anthony?
How you doing,
So, my name's Brian Locke, stage name Cowboy, and I'm down in Nashua, New Hampshire at Guitar Center. Just chilling, loving, living life, getting over this long road hurdle of Miles is my middle name, and I walked a lot of miles, I'll tell you what, but not compared to how they and what they did back in the day when Christ hung there for us and
saved us and paid for our sins. So I couldn't even compare to how many miles they walked, but if I had a Fitbit, yeah. But so I want to solely, basically, promote a song that I did in 2019. I wrote with, basically we collaborated in Merrimack, New Hampshire with John Paul School of Music, and it's Get Me Back Into Your Heart Again. And basically the Lord made me write this song because all the pain that he went through, he wanted someone else to feel it. And that in itself, I realized over this long road, I'm not the only one with these issues of mine and thinking that it's just me and it's, you know, this whole world is against me and the whole saying of, you know, lift yourself up, lift yourself up when you're dead by 6 people. Why not the whole world lift that person up and help them? We should all love and not hate and not try to be despiteful and you know and take the embracement of pride and humility and be a man and overcome it, or be a woman and overcome it, and just don't hate the person for being who they are in this world. Because I threw the cowboy hat away in Lawrence River for them. I gave my cowboy hat to a great guy in Nashua, New Hampshire, Philip. You're the man, Philip. You know, a lot of people in Nashua, New Hampshire need to get taken care of, the homeless and everything, I think so. There's so much money that is siphoned through even Merrimack, New Hampshire. I was looking through the catalog and how they distribute all the money, and that it's siphoned, and they say it's for this amount, but they only take $1 million for whatever. It's just a joke. So, just long, short, everyone just be nice to everyone. This whole COVID shit and everything, I know it amped everyone up, but you know, take a deep breath, and that's what I was taught to do. That one thing that she taught me to do, the woman of my dreams, the angel that I lost over alcohol and music. My 2 boys, Jace Gates-Lock and Charlie Tex. I love you, boys. You know, but long, short, let's make this about Joe Duvall, because it is about him today. I want to promote Get Me Back Into Your Heart Again. It's not mastered fully yet, the version, but the version is pretty good. It just, you can't hear it as loudly as it needs to be. But basically, it took me 2 years to write this song. And when I was writing all this music, before I even, you know, I impulsively got a guitar, and I know I ramble on and go to the next, but it's my creative side, being sober, and not living for that drink that my mom left me for. And I did live for that drink for a long time. And the blurred vision of that glass shard hell, I love that drink. Corona, no? But anyways, Get Me Back Into Your Heart Again is, I had all the lyrics written, and then I was going through a rough time in Merrimack, New Hampshire at my spot I used to pull out of with my business, Peway Painting. I'm a painting contractor, like rot repair specialist. And up here, there's a holy niche to hell if there's woodpeckers all around. So that kept me busy, you know what I mean, with painting and, you know, but I walk around a lot here, and I just see this whole world of negativity. I see a lot of good people negative and just bad how people treat people. So long, short, again, Joe Duvall, I miss you, rest in peace. He's up in heaven right now, and he can't take care of Michelle Duvall, his wife. Joe Duvall had a food allergy, and I used to work with him with Edmonds Landscaping out of Merrimack, and I treated him like shit. And I never forgive myself. A lot of people I treated like shit along this road, this journey of arrogance and cockiness, and, you know, like, I own a company, and I'm better than you. And I've been homeless twice, and good thing I have, because, you know, the first time around I was depressed to holy heck. They tainted me up with society and gave me the numb shot of be everyone else and not yourself. And I'm not doing this time around. I'm being me. I'm not getting IA'd illegally by my brother, Sheepdog Enterprises. I love you, brother, but I'm not admitting myself short, Joe Duvall. I want to come up with if this world will help me, come up with a Joe Duvall foundation for him. I made a promise to him because that day he shined that light on me through the hole in my tent in Merrimack, New Hampshire. I was sitting there, and I wasn't really writing, but once he came through and was like, you know, this is it. Like, this is the verse. And also, I want to give a shout out to Jeremy in Merrimack. He helped me. We all three, it's like something you see in the movies, working down in there, all, you know, just collaborated. And John Paul's a genius. He really is. He's just got to get his shit straight and either give me my 175 or give me the mastered version, which I don't see happening. So just give me the 175, buddy, please. And we'll call it at that. And I'll leave everyone alone. But anyways, Joe Duvall. Let's make a foundation for this world. Let's hear everyone say Joe Duvall. If they can just have a moment of silence, please. And just try to remember this guy that I treated like shit. And let's look out for his wife and his kids, Evan. And I'm an idiot. I forget the other son's name, Big Joe. It's not Big Joe, but it's something. But anyway, she deserves his love from above. And I made the promise to him that I would do this foundation for him. And I don't want any money. If anything comes through, I don't want anything to come through me. I want it to go to Michelle Duvall so she can be taken care of. And even though she is taken care of by her parents and she's working and everything, I want the world to take care of her because Joe would appreciate that because that's how big of a heart he had. And it hurts me that I can't tell him that. So I just miss him, and that's all. But that's all basically the gist of the night. I ain't gonna get all sappy, doppy, and you know. But I'm doing my thing, brother. I'm training in my gym, boxing right now. That's kind of the gear of the torch of the going forward. And I was listening to the guy on before me, and him and I had a lot of. I related to his story of, you know, being a kid and always making these crazy noises. And I was the class clown growing up and, you know, distracting people more than learning. And I had a disability, an IEP in high school. I should have taken the help that I needed, and I should have listened to my father, Lancelot. He said, Brian, don't ever screw up your credit. What? You know, so... But I wanted to give a shout out to Derek Locke, my brother. I love you, brother. I just want my brother back. I want my family back, and I want you guys to trust me and know I'm doing good and drug-free. I gave you guys my blood test and an EKG test that I didn't get 24 hours in advance by the hospital, but we won't make a big deal about that. Let's just give a praise to Joe Duvall tonight. For me, that's all I want for this world, to just recognize him, that he was a great guy, and that he left behind from a food allergy he was taken way too soon by the good Lord. And I hope that the world hears my message tonight, and it'd be greatly appreciated if they did. That's all. Love, peace. From Brian Locke, stage name Cowboy.
All right, peace. I'm going to say this to you.
Yeah.
And I want you to really, really, really open up that side of you that you have put on mute. Again, I told you prior to us talking, you have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And with all that pain, the most grandest thing you can do is take yourself to the ocean and really just learn how to release yourself just to the ocean. All your petitions, just say it to the open ocean and allow the water to make the water in you distill out of you. Because all the regret and the hurt that you're carrying about you doing this, you will never be able to grow out of that until you get cut down the umbilical cord. What has happened has happened. Whether you realize it or not, God was the facilitator of what was happening. As hard as you may have to take that, hear me out. As bad as you may not understand that, God watched every move that was made. and he made every move that he had to make. If all of this pain is really troubling you, go to God and say to God, I won't question your authority no more. And then let him work on your behalf. Until you do that, you will continue to call, vent, and people hear you because behind the scene, I'm going to help you set up this foundation. I'm going to help you. I never saw you, but I'm willing to put myself in a position to help you because you're speaking to a lot of people right now. And what I want you to realize is that what you say, you are held accountable for it until the day they put you in that pine box.
Oh, yeah.
So I have another caller. I want you to call me tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
All right.
If you call me tomorrow at 12 o'clock, me and you will talk off air about some stuff. You can enjoy and listen to the show. I have a book writer on there. Kim Collins, it's on you, sister.
Okay. I will. God bless you, Anthony. Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. Kim Collins.
Yes, I'm here.
You can welcome to the Indie Roundtable. You can promote your book or whatever you may have cooking, and put a lot of seasoning on it. Give it to the world.
Okay, well, thank you. First and foremost, thank y'all for having me. The name of my book is Love Motives. It's a double story. It has 2 short stories in it. And it's basically about the things that people do, crazy things that people do for love. My current publisher is MKP Productions, and my book is not yet released, but as soon as it releases, it will be available on Amazon. I will have it in paperback, and everybody should know about it. So, yeah, I just want everybody to know that just expect the unexpected from this new author.
Okay. So we're gonna keep it in the same realm as the last caller before the Cowboys that was an actor and they was on he was in a real big film that's on TV right now. But it came actually from an author itself too. It was a book before it became actually a film. So again, how long have you been writing?
I've been writing since 2017. Yes. So I've been writing for quite a while. Before that, I won't say that I didn't take it serious, but I used to write little things, but I never thought to get myself out there until 2017. And then in about, I want to say 2019, 2020, I got signed to a publisher, my current publisher. And she's great. Shout out to her, Queen Q.
Okay, how did you end up meeting her?
Actually, I think it was on Instagram. I got on Instagram and I was writing short stories on Instagram, and I came across her profile, and I got her email address, and I emailed her, and she asked me to send back, I think like an excerpt from my manuscript, and I did that, and she signed me, and the rest is history.
Okay. And so this is your first release officially, huh? With her?
Yes, this will be my first official release. Prior to this, I was just writing short stories every week on Facebook, but this will be my first book release.
Okay. So you would put the short stories on Facebook, that's interesting. So you would put that would be kind of a portfolio a little bit.
Right, and then it also builds your fan base, because if people know what you got to offer and what you got to offer is good, then of course they're they're gonna be attracted to your work. So it builds your fan base.
Oh, true. So you was able to build a little bit of a following before you even reached out there.
Mhm. Yes. I have a group of loyal supporters who've been they've been rocking with me since day one, since I decided to drop my first story on Facebook way back in 2017. Those same girls, that group of girls, they never left my side. They never stopped telling me how good I am and rooting for me and supporting me. So I want to shout out to them also.
Okay. And you said, where were you from again?
I'm from Mississippi.
Mississippi. How are you born and raised there, or did you move out there? How long you been out there?
I was born and raised in Mississippi all my life. I relocated to Texas about 2 months ago, but I'm born and raised in Mississippi.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you got a fan base down there anyway. You got like a lot of people who grew up there, right?
Yeah, I got a little fan base, and I thank God for it. I thank God for them. You know, because if it wasn't for them motivating me and pushing me, then I probably wouldn't have came as far as I did with writing. So I thank them.
Yeah. And so, like, the reason why, like I said, I wanted to have you on as far as with the book, little promotion, and, you know, maybe ask you some questions you thinking about how would you see it, you know, transpire as far as the film? Do you see that down into the future?
Can you repeat that?
Well, okay, can you see the book that you got coming out being changed into a film somewhere down in the future?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that'll be great. I think that would be great.
Okay, and are you trying to get like in the studio, or you want to be more hands-on with the project if you shot it yourself or something like that? Maybe not shoot it yourself, but at least be a part of the project.
Well, if my book was to be turned into a movie, I would definitely have to be hands-on, because I consider my book and my craft is my child. It's my baby. Because it came from me. It came from my mind. So I would want to be hands-on, you know.
Okay. And when did you say the book's dropping again?
As of right now, I do not have an official release date, but it is soon. It will be this year. It's currently going through the editor, and as soon as it comes from the editor, it'll be good to go. I'll have a release date.
Okay, true. And okay, so this is the first time you're going through an official process with a publishing company. How does that process work? As far as than doing it yourself?
Well, when you're going through the process with an official publishing company, you write your book, of course, you do your manuscript, and you send it to your publisher, and it goes through the editor. Well, your publisher, they make your cover, they do your editing, all of that, you know. Basically, all you have to do is work hard. I'm not going to say that it's not hard work, because it is. All you have to do is work hard and put your all into your book, your manuscript. Your cover and your editing, well, of course, if it's something that you've done wrong or something that you need to correct, your editor's going to send it back to you. So you'll have the chance to correct everything and, you know, make it the best you can. And then after that, it gets released, you know, so you can show it out to the world. You know, I like the process myself, because it's a big help versus, you know, having to do everything yourself as far as covers and, you know. Oh, and you also have to do your promoting.
Yeah, and the marketing and promotion is big right there. And like you said,
right.
All of that stuff, even with the editors and the covers and all of that is money out the pocket to begin with.
Right. But I promise that it's all worth it. It's all worth it. You know, just the thought that, you know, pretty soon something from your mind will be shared with the world. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Are you trying to? So you want this to become full time, or do you see yourself maybe transitioning into film or acting yourself, or what do you see yourself doing in, let's say, 5 years?
Well, I would love to be a full-time author. That's always been my dream, to be a full-time author. Now, I have thought about acting maybe once or twice. I feel like I'm a good actress, but what I do better than anything is write. Like, nobody can touch me with that pen. For real.
Yeah, I mean, just for you to get a publisher to even take you on, because I'm sure what most people know, whether it's publishers or they go into a literary agent, they got to send a query letter, and most of them get rejected. But for the fact, you said you had to send it was like a synopsis? Did she ask for the first 10 pages? Like you said, a little excerpt of it, and then she asked for the full name?
Yes, it was just a little excerpt. You send your synopsis and just like 3 paragraphs from a chapter, and if they like what they see, then of course they're gonna take you on. I mean, talent is hard to find.
Yeah.
And if you already have an established team, you want to keep your team at the top. So you're gonna only take on people that's got the potential to go to the top, to keep going up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, before I let my partner ask you a question, anything else you want to tell everybody for promotion while we got everybody listening?
Yeah. Don't forget the name of the book is Love Motives. As soon as it is released, you can see details on my Facebook page, Kimmy Collins. If anybody has any questions, want to link up, want to collaborate or anything, you can feel free to email me at authorkimmyc@gmail.com. And yeah, I just shout out to everybody that believed in me and helped me to get where I am.
Okay. Yeah, Truth, I'm going to let you go ahead and get it. You got any questions or anything you want to say to it?
Well, not so much as many as a question. Just like from a managerial standpoint. See, when I sit and listen to everybody call and talk about their project, what they're promoting, the journey, I have a different way of looking at it, even though the journey you took, you know better than anybody. Just to hear the confidence be able to just ring off of your tongue the way that it does, I think is going to be fruitful when it does come out. One of my questions is, what is the book about? Is it a true story? And then my second... Go ahead.
No, it's not a true story. Everything I write urban fiction. Everything that I write is fiction. It's straight from my head. It's a double story book. I included 2 of my short stories in the book. So by me being a fresh author, the readers can get a true understanding of who I am as far as writing. Like I said, it's basically about, the things that people do for love. Our love motives. The first story is about a girl who was in an abusive relationship, and she ran into this man who really fell in love with her and wanted to take her away from what she was going through. I can't tell the whole story, but just know to expect the unexpected with that. It's a real good love story. I'm pretty sure it get the women in their feelings. It got me in mind, and I was writing it. So, and the second story is about this girl who had a best friend. Her best friend had a man. She ended up creeping with her best friend's man. And, at the end, I will say this without telling the story. It was kind of a tragedy for all parties involved. So it's gonna be, a banger. I know that for sure.
All right, now, with that being said, do you have a team symbol around you to where you have a working budget to shoot that yourself as a small project? So when you launch the book, you can now have like a trailer or a snippet of it?
No, I don't, because I never thought about, adapting it into a film until today. You all put that on my mind, and I think that that's a great idea.
Okay, so with that being said, I think that, why you calling here is, with me, everything is just always done organically with the permission of God, with me. I just have a different take the way I view things. Everything you spoke of is based on the everyday things that we see that people post in their everyday life and affairs. Oftentimes, people don't know how to speak out on it and put it into a story. You have creatively took your mind and closed your eyes and visioned all different things from friends or what have you. However you pieced it together, out of your mind came a masterpiece in which everybody in 2021 can relate to, no matter what color, creed, or what have you. My thing is being able to take and assist you as you're dropping the book with some type of trail. I'll talk to Anthony behind off this, because I think one of the major things we have to do is take what you have in your mind, then make it creative to where the world can view it. Because everybody ain't going to read a book.
Right.
And no matter how good the book is, the world really ain't slowing down for books. Now, what you can do, you can make it into a book that you can read online. It's different ways you can take what you have created and make stories out of them by making that book an animated book with a girl talking that yang, yang, yang like that. Also, it's different ways that you can sting them because you already have a little avenue with Facebook and your social media is what you was doing. I'm just giving you food for thought that you could just think, whoa, I can get an animated little chick, dress her up, get a voiceover, and have her doing my book in regards to, just like you see just with the normal little hot video games they got. Only thing about it, you have different ways that you have now monetized your thoughts out of your mind to where now it makes sense. You see what I just said? Your thoughts out of your mind now make sense for you. That sense means CENT. Monetize. So what you do is formulate a budget. Use your social media to do a Kickstarter, fundraiser for the project. Because if you already have a base, then you could do a pitch party to where you get those same girls and y'all get around and y'all do the little wine, and it's ways to help you. It's just all about marketing and knowing how to step out of that room that you're in to a greater and bigger world. Because right now the world needs a lot. And we need strong women to be able to tell the young chicks, what you doing ain't new. Because we just realized it. I was talking to a mortician cat today. Not to jump off the track, but it just ran across my mind. He said, do you know all the cats that die in the street, they take the organs and they hack them off and they sell them. Because these cats is dying so young. And they popping off at 60,000, and here it is, you get the cats get put on RIP shirts with no one helping the dead or the young. So again, my thought to you is just put some thought into that. And you know what I mean, just as you called in, If you can always call back to talk. You know what I mean? You can. That number is a direct number to me, which is True Allah. And our man is Keith Murray.
I appreciate it.
And our man is Keith Murray, Roz Browse, Chris Payne, Phil Blunt, Sean Alec Chris, a whole host of joints, Rick Duvall. So, I'm just in the music part of it. But this is the Indie Roundtable. So also you take the same idea and again, you get somebody to do a voiceover. And then it's get a girl in your mind, whatever the character may be, and then you watch what it do on Facebook for you. Because that they would allow because you already have traffic. And all you need was your friends just to start sharing. And then you get your YouTube page and then you just work how to monetarily let your mind bring ease to you. So you can take care of your family. I'll leave you with that.
Okay. Well, I surely appreciate it.
You humbly welcome. You humbly welcome. All right, Ann, you got any more questions or she can enjoy the show or you got another caller? Somebody did call in, but she was talking and I didn't even want to stop her wisdom because it was good, but the first cat Alfonso kind of like set the stage to because when you talk about, there's a lot of rejections. In order, you got to think about it. There's a billion people in the world. There's a billion people who want to do the same thing. What makes you stand out is when God have granted you that permission. Because everybody just don't want to hear you. You know what I mean? Everybody just don't want to hear you. Some people rather talk down to you. They rather talk around you. To where you have to be like, yo, slow up, homeboy.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just coming back to what everybody's saying today about connection, like always. It's definitely those fucking connections that you got. It always comes around the same story. Or being able to, build a fan base. I'm glad she got a little, that's something new I heard as far as the writers being able to put some.
Well, I don't know what happened. I think homeboy hung up and then hung the call up. But she was a good caller though, so if she called back, it was cool. But you know what I mean, you got to have that Kickstarter. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna talk to Brian because I think I might have to report him to the psych ward or something. But what I realized is that he feels so comfortable and free being able to do this, so we may be really talking him off a ledge, man. And, you know what I mean? And that's the part of it that I love about it, man, that he takes his time and he waits till Friday to make his move. And he makes sure he call here. Every Friday since he got through, he have called me. So, if nothing else, you know what I mean, it's just like I say, man, what we built was something great. It's a respectful thing. And we allow people to be heard. And sometimes it's hard to get through. And we'll work on that, but that's just like any other radio situation. You know what I mean? When you are lifted or brought up, you show and prove.
Okay.
So, who else you got sitting over there on your hip, man?
I got, matter of fact, let me, I'm gonna get them on right now.
Yeah, you pulled a big tap dance, you know what I mean, while we was building with, you know what I mean? Come on, bro.
He already, he's trying to hit you, I guess, if he's putting on call, wait, it's call, hold on, I got it.
But again, it's all good, man, this is what we do, man, this is live, man, this is a happy Friday, hope everybody enjoying themselves and drive safe, take care of yourself, protect your family, and just think about, you know what I mean, you've been blessed to wake up in spite of all the garbage that's going on around us.
Yeah, I got you, we got, what you call it, you there?
Yeah, man, James Real Peoples Kelly.
we got James on the call. Go ahead and call us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, man, what's going on? First and foremost, James Real People Kelly again. I'm a artist, writer, producer, actor, you name it, screenwriter. Like I said, I'm currently working on a movie script right now. It's called Dope and Pain. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real dope, man. I'm excited about it. You know, it's something that the culture definitely need right now. Because first of all, as a fan, just watching movies and films, and especially in the black community, how we all love those movies back in the day, like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. It's one of those. It's something that we haven't had in a while, so I'm excited about it, and it's definitely gonna be live, man.
Okay. So you looking to shoot it yourself? You looking to be like producer, or you just trying?
Well, I'm writing it. I'm looking to direct it, and and acting it. Reason being because I've been in the industry, and I see how things go, especially with self tapes, and how you be waiting for the callback auditions and stuff, and me basically trying to just building my resume as a screenwriter and an actor. I just decided to just do this because I have to build my credits up. So what better way than just really just go at it and do your own stuff?
All right, somebody speaking right now.
So which one you like more?
I like both of them, man. But I like both of them. Naturally, I'm a writer. Because I rap and stuff. So naturally, that just come natural. But when I discovered that I was good at acting, I just stumbled upon that. And once I directed a video, and I had an acting scene in it, and I seen how the response on it, and the right people connected to me, and taking acting classes and stuff, and how the acting coach and the owner, came on class and came in class and was like, "Yo, he's an asset." She used those words like that. I was like, "Yo," so I just fell in love with it, So both of them, it's a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance. Okay. How was that classes? Like you took them out there?
Oh no, I took them on Zoom because the agency is in Utah.
Okay.
So I took Zoom classes, and within it was a 8-week course. Within 4 weeks, in the 8 weeks, they was ready to bump me up in advanced classes. So it's just something I kind of felt like it was already something that we did at the crib anyway. So it just pretty much fell in my lap like that.
Okay, what are the biggest things you learned from acting versus what you just do naturally?
The biggest things that I've learned is memorizing your script, and being natural. Just being natural, and being natural within probably the inside is basically getting your resume together. It's just like any other job that you will have. You gotta get your resume together, and your headshots, and another thing was that the projector reading. That's another thing but it's almost basically like you writing and rapping in the studio. So it came natural. But those are things that I didn't think about. Those are the basics that I didn't think about that you needed. So, once I learned that and they already had it, it's just been kind of a breeze, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's cool. So did you get, what did you get to test out of, some shorts or any projects that you got to work on just to test out?
Well, I had some self tapes. I wrote a little commercial for Peace Tea, which I got to reshoot that again and submit that again. They was excited about that. I did a self tape for the Dog Man movie, and I was in contact with the guy through Messenger and emails and stuff. But that really, I think they went another way with that. They kind of went another direction.
So I was still got my fingers crossed on that, but for the main part, that's basically it. And I already wanted to come out of this whole thing writing my own movies, because my plan wasn't to act at first. It was just music. But once once people took an interest in me, it kind of opened my eyes. I'm like, okay, maybe this is something that's I need to, I really need to. I had to jump the curve on it because the music was kind of moving a little slow, but this acting stuff is kind of jumping faster.
Yeah, so the color for the music. You're still doing the music too, so let's not say like not.
Say that again.
And you're still doing the music, just.
Oh yeah, I'm doing everything. I got my hands in everything. I even got a podcast. So in this industry, you gotta multitask. So I got my hands in everything. It's just right now my focus is on this movie script because I'm real. It's gonna be just dope. It's real dope.
Okay, and it's completely done. Is it done?
I'm 8 scenes into it. But I want to start shooting because the way I feel like it is, like I can start shooting something and sit back and watch what I'm doing and continue writing on it. I'm not in a rush to finish it right now, but what I got so far, man, if I can even tell you the premise of it, it's about 3 brothers. They got they got the same father, different mothers. The father, he's a drug lord. And, his oldest son pretty much spent a lot of time with him on his rise to power or whatever. And he left his mom in Miami. So the son was born and raised in Miami. And other 2 brothers was born and raised in Maryland. So he ends up going to Singapore because his plug in Singapore, he ended up, got a business venture. So he ended up getting caught up in the drug war in Singapore with his plug. So he's away from the States. And the guys in Maryland, although he still have a lot of spots around America or whatever, the guys in Maryland kind of getting out of order. So his sons are of age right now, and he feels as though they're ready to take on his family business. So he all write them a letter. And so they got to link up and take over Maryland and do collections and just tighten stuff up. So that's just the premise of it, but I got way more written. I got dialogue written and everything. I'm excited about it because it's gonna be dope. It's one of those. It's like a Godfather / Shotters movie or something like that, But I don't think anything never came out the DMV like that or Miami like that, because I'm bridging the gap between both states. So it's a genius idea.
Yeah, that is different, like you said.
It's different, man. It's something. It's gonna be something. I got something on my hands right here. I feel real good about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and also, like I said, take the time and go ahead and say some of the stuff you got popping with the music.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Well, I just released my video footage for my Super Bowl performance, my Super Bowl 53 performance with Too Hot Radio. Check that out on YouTube. Follow my YouTube channel, Real Peoples. I also have a video that I did a couple months back, which is Propane / Whereabouts. I have a little acting scene on there as well. It's a story before the music video. I have 3 episodes of my People's Nation video talk show, which is real dope. The content is great. I'm still building on that. I also was a semi-finalist in the Made of America Festival, but I got so many things going on. One time I was also nominated for the opening act to perform at the Hollywood Bowl. Then also now currently eligible to perform at the BET Hip Hop Awards. So me promoting all this stuff at one time, people don't know which one to vote for. So that's a good problem if you ask me. The cup is overflowing. So it's just a matter of time before something pop off, man. I landed my agency, Star Talent Studios. Shout out to them. So yeah, it's just like I'm a new face. I'm on the rise. I'm a new face, but I've been around for a minute, and you know, all praises to God that it's the timing is just everything's just aligning perfectly. And but there's so many. I got my hands in so much stuff. I kind of feel like this movie script right now, it was just it's gonna open everything up, because coming out, I got an album coming out, late this year or early next year. If I do that and drop this movie at the same time, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So I'm just working, man. I continue to work. I continue to create content, produce my own stuff. I also have somebody called me today about directing a video. Independent artist named Soul Nana. She see my work. She wants me to direct a video. So I'm just putting my work in, man. I'm on the rise.
Okay, so you can you still direct videos too, though?
Yeah, I direct videos as well. I direct all my videos. Anybody needs some type of professional opinion. I don't take the credit for it, but I'm behind a lot of things in the independent world, as far as hip hop artists. I got a clothing line I'm working on as well, Shot of G Clothing. It's up, man. It's up. The list goes on and on.
Okay, because I'm kind of familiar with both areas, like you said, the DMV and down there in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So what part of when did you move out to the DMV?
Well, I moved out the DMV initially at a young age, but I got back up here in 2020. I left and came back. I've been kind of, ever since 18, I was back and forth from DMV to New York. I lived in the Bronx for a year, around 2008, 2009, right when Obama got elected. Then I came back. I was in the Glen Burnie area for a little minute. Then I went back home to Miami. I'm from Goose, so you can look it up. Go around. Niggas know me. I'm from Goose. That's Miami-Dade County, down south area. But, so yeah, I'm around, man. I'm around.
Oh man, because a lot of times being up here, I don't, a lot of people from like New York or Philly, but
yeah,
or maybe even Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them come from Miami.
Yeah. It's a real story behind that, though. It's a real story behind that, though. How I was just, at a young age, I wasn't the best teenager. So, and my mom was a single mother, so she was like, "Yo, I got to get you up out of here for something happened to you. I can't lose my baby." So I ended up coming up here, my senior year, and I stayed about a year and a half. Then I went back home. So that's why I say I've been back and forth for a while. So that's why I'm able to adapt with different areas and different regions and shit, because I've been moving around. So with that comes a lot of experience, and so I'm ready, man. I'm ready. But the most important thing is putting the right message around.
Yeah, true. I mean, you got the connections in both, right?
Yeah, most definitely, man. And right now, shout out to my man Troy a lot too. I know you're in the background being quiet, but from what you told me a couple months ago, I already knew I had to do that. But I tapped into it, and people like my fan base at home on Facebook. I got 5,000 followers, and now they suspended me. Facebook be on that BS. They suspended me for a little minute, but once I got back on there, people seeing it, and they respecting it, and everybody telling me, "Yo, keep going." So yeah, down there is that's love. That's the crib. So right now it's just Maryland. This area right now is kind of it's the pot boiling. So it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. I got family in Philly too.
What part of Maryland again? You said you had back in Glen Burnie, but that's close to the beach.
But that was back then. Right now, I'm in Gaithersburg, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was back in 2009. I was in Glen Burnie area, but I've been in Gaithersburg and Germantown area probably off and on like 8-9 years now. You know, I came back up here 2020. I went back down south. I was in Naples and Fort Myers area for about 3 years. That's close enough to just bounce right back to Miami when I needed to. So, yeah, man, you know. But I'm here now. I got children up here, so DMV is my second home.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Yeah, that it. Like I said, kind of put that together.
Yeah. It's going to be a bridge connecting, man. So that's what I plan to do. And there's a lot of independent artists around here that's on in Miami, especially where I'm from. It's Goose, Perrine, Florida City, Homestead, Laranja, Coconut Grove. All these, there's a whole bunch of artists that's dope that ain't getting that. That's not getting that. So my plan is to bridge all of that. It's going to happen, you know. But I just gotta move the right way.
Yeah, exactly. You can, because it's about connecting the bridge together, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Bridge together, and they're not gonna get a lot of love down there from their own folks.
Nah, I've been watching it for years. I grew up with it, you know, and you know, I got people that's in the industry, you know, and I watched them move around, and yeah, they you know, they show love more so to the north side than the south side. So when you think about Miami, everybody think about Liberty City, Carrot City, and all the places in the city. They don't ever think about South Miami-Dade. That's a part of Miami too. Miami's big. It's a big city. But you got the south side. That's where I'm from. I got family all through there, but the south side don't get no love.
Yeah.
Down south, we call it down south. Down south don't get no love like that. You know, so my job is to open that gate up.
Yeah. No, you got to right on that. But I got that's where, of course, just like out in the DMV, you know how like everybody from DC, but then they moved out. Like that's how our family is.
Yeah.
Miami, we moved down to like Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
To like by like Dillon High School and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sharp about. Yeah, I already know about Dillon. I already know about. We used to play them all the time. I went to South Ridge, Miami South Ridge. That's my high school. We used to play Dillon all the time, man. We don't. Yeah, some historical games, man. We had some classic games.
Well, football was everything down there. I ain't gonna.
Football still, yeah, it's everything. That's everything, bro. There's so many professional players that came out of Miami. You pretty much for probably like 20 years. Shit, Miami ran the NFL with all the talent that came from down there, and still do.
Yeah, because see, that's the difference. Like I said, when I came up here it's a big difference of what. Like out here, we play basketball and football, but down there in Fort Lauderdale or in Florida, there was nothing. Basketball is the second thought. Pretty much everything is the second thought. But I think it's because it's hot all the time. It's a little.
Yeah, it's a great state for that, and plus, a lot of the major leagues baseball teams come down to Florida for summer workouts and stuff like that. So baseball is definitely another thing that come out of Miami. I went to school with a lot of cats that's in the major league, Dominican boys and stuff. Yeah, so Florida, that's the spot, that's the crib, man. That's the crib. But like with this movie, man, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, man. And this is one of them. This one of them. So I'm looking to start casting, and I got the main three characters already. The three brothers. I have the three brothers already, but I want to start casting for other roles and stuff, and it's gonna be dope. I want to just, like I said, I want to get the basis down and work it out from there, and we can I add on to it, make the story dope. And first and foremost, I got to get that budget right, because I learned in the movie industry, you can have a good script, but you got to get a budget. Unless you really have to, you shouldn't pay for your own movie. Some people have to if they don't really get, you shop it around and people sleeping on it. But if I get that I'm looking to film it myself anyway. But It's gonna be great, man. But I really want it because it's a great script. I don't want to fail it. I want to make sure I have the right things that's necessary to make this project work.
Okay, so you would just not. What you do is you would just employ the people to play the position. So you just you know what I'm saying? You get a casting agent to help you. How many? I mean, but how many people you look at as far as?
How many? What? Say that again.
How many people you looking to cast in the film? Like roughly. I know.
Roughly, I'm gonna say 15 at the most. At the most, because like it's just certain people that like I want people to work for me. You know what I'm saying? I got to have a couple like a 2-hit squads to work for me, and then people that I wrote in the script. You know that I have to go collect money from and stuff like that. You know, other than that, it's up. I can even put. I know sometimes I may even improv because just to go with the flow, to make it natural. But I don't really. Other than that, I can have some standbys or whatever. You know, people that's in the background or whatever. You don't really have to cast those. You can. But my thing is right now with a budget that I don't really have. I'm trying to do the most. I'm trying to do things that's cost effective, so that way I don't really be spending that much. But I want the best. Ever since I got back in the industry, whatever, I always do the most with what I have. You know, so if it's certain things that look like I spun a big budget on, but I really didn't. So that's the magic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with the same. I'm taking that same recipe with this film. Same thing I do with my music. I'm taking the same recipe, just that same format, just putting it in this film.
Okay. So you think you're trying to have that pretty much done? You're going to have that done same time as the album then, right? Like pretty much soon.
I want to do this. I don't want this to take years. I want to do this like within the next 6 months. I want to get this shot, man. But I want to start as soon as possible. And my plan is to start before the end of October.
Like I said, sometime next week we'll get the rap, and then we can explore from where we at. But I want a little time to promote whatever. Promote anything you got that you want to promote, and then go ahead.
Okay. Well, I want everybody to go to SoundCloud and look up Real People. That's RealPeoplez. Real Peoples with the Z. Go to SoundCloud. Check out my latest project, Newborn King. You can check out Sicario. You can also check out the one before that, which is King of Kings and the Young and the Restless project. Check those out. Go to my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Real Peoples again. I have my latest content up there. Again, People's Nation Video Talk Show. My videos that I put up lately. I even have some blogs that I put up recently. Check those out. Follow me on Facebook, Real People's Cali. Also, my business channel, which is Shada G Entertainment Incorporated, and on Spotify as well. Real People's. Tap in, man. I'm telling you, I'm the next to rise. It's up. It's up, man. Y'all gonna see a lot of me.
All right. So, thank you again for calling in, my G, and we're gonna end up talking. And I'm gonna let True go ahead and pass it on. True, I'm pretty much good. I'm gonna let you and you again go ahead and talk. Good.
Peace, God. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, big bro? How you feeling, man?
You know me, man.
I know that's right.
Kick back. Man. About to play some music out there, you know what I mean? And putting my mind in the overdrive and listening to you, and you know what I mean? Like I said to you, you know what I mean, prior, it's kind of like me cheating if I kind of tell what I know because I kind of like been dealing with you and building behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I say, you know, sometimes your budget got to be you.
Right.
And then you got to learn to monetarily say, okay, I'm going to let me become my brother with all the things that you know how to do. It's easy to just say I'm doing it all grassroots style myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then who trust in you would allow you to make proper moves and to enhance everybody else's career, God.
Right.
Now, for all the people you know that got something to do with music, that's the easy part. Just like you calling and you talking, they can do the same thing. It's just you reaching to them.
Right.
So it ain't like, you know what I mean, ain't got no outlet for you. Y'all in Miami, you in D.C. Now, hear me out. I know where you're at. You in D.C., you in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Whoever you be talking to, sometimes you say this in Miami. They don't get that shine. So what I'm saying to you is, if they following you on Facebook, if they following you on IG, all you got to do is the same way you made bases and touchdown with us. It's the same universal way they can be heard, whether it's male, female, or what have you. It's just based on, if you're serious, call. You serious about your music? Send it over. I got shows called Who's Hot, Who's Not. If the shit is hot, it get passed on. If not, it get left behind. So it's just about cats being serious about their grind and just moving. You know, when you got too much going on, you missing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes you
can't catch it all.
Sometimes you gotta look at, okay, when you sit in your car to drive, you got different gears, unless you got a stick shift. But you got reverse, neutral, drive 1, drive 2, yada yada yada. At some point, you got to know when to put yourself in neutral.
Right.
Towards the things that ain't moving the needle. Not that you can't go back to it, but everything ain't gonna move the needle at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
So that's how people lose themselves. You know what I mean? Then you become discouraged. Then you become frustrated. Then no, you did it to yourself. There's a billion ways to do it. But if you don't got the money to do it, you got to slow the fuck down.
Right.
And pump your brakes.
Yeah.
And then when you pump your brakes, you realize, okay, I got kids. I got bills. I'm trying to do my career. So you got to start putting stuff in perspective.
Right.
The hardest thing anybody say to themselves is no, you can't have. To yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start saying it to yourself, you'll start realizing how many yeses you get from other people. Just do the knowledge to that.
Yeah, no, you that's real, dog. That's some good advice, because I definitely can relate to what you're saying. Like I was saying before, you gotta, at times there's so much. That's a blessing. If you got, I look at it as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You got so much going on. That's because I put the work in, and now I see everything fall into place. But I ain't gonna be able to grab everything. I gotta sit back and okay. Now you got to go back to not even the drawing board, but you got to sit back and get your thoughts together and figure out which one you're going to do first and put everything in perspective. So, that's exactly what I'm doing at this point right now. And what my focus is at this point, because everything else is done. They got the album done. I could put that on hold for a little minute. I do shows not just to keep myself active. You know what I'm saying? I do whatever. So I got to make sure I'm always working. That's good for the fan base and the brand. But the focus right now is this Dope and Pain movie, and like you said, put that in neutral, and make sure I dot all my I's and cross all my T's with this. And it's like I say, man, this shit is gonna be hard.
See,
this is one.
What I'm trying to give you is different ways that you can start shooting it and stock holding the footage.
Right.
It's just like when I done been on mad sets and shot movies and things of that nature, DVDs, videos. And one of the grandest things I've learned is you can shoot something and now provide a trailer to it.
Mm-hmm.
The suspense from the trailer will generate you monetary. I'm a manager, so I can't give you too much game. Not on air. I get paid for this.
Yeah.
So, but
that's the lane I'm taking, though, bro. That's the lane I'm taking on.
Because when you think about it, you say you already got the 3 brothers, main characters. Already got them. So now, let me go ahead and transfer my first little outfit and my first little scenes. How do you wedge that in? How do you wedge in? Okay, Pops in his little situation. Boom, 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 boom. Again, that's a suspense from the trailer, and if you do it right, you can start moving that shit like a DVD.
Yeah.
Because you got to realize, nobody give you game. Out of everything you just said, I did not hear you say from your videos that you got them on a streaming site where you can get paid based on your views from your video. I just gave you game.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
No, I'm listening to you. I got a site, but I ain't getting paid off my shit yet.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying to you. Hear me? Hey, listen now, listen.
Mm-hmm.
There is a site right now that will pay you for your videos, just as you get paid for raps, based on the streams of your videos. So that's why I said to you, a lot of artists don't really take their time and let me look at the back end of what's going on and what people are doing from a different nationality and what's making them move using this free shit called social media. So if you realize it's okay, I got songs out. I ain't hear you say you're true. I got a song on TikTok. Everybody and their mama will use it. That builds your traffic. So now you ain't got to worry about Facebook blocking you or putting you in Facebook jail. I got something on TikTok that the world is using. And if it get enough people following you, there you go getting mailbox money.
Right.
So again, I talk to trillions of people, man, daily. And a lot of people kind of just say they miss the simple shit. Take time to scale back. Okay, you done seen them niggas try that, scale back. Now, you know what, True? You dead ass right. Let me go relook at this alphabet equation I'm in. Because now if you're getting whatever you said, you got 5,000 friends on Facebook, then you should have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Because all you telling them was subscribe. It's free. You ain't got to pay for nothing. Just a click.
And that's what I'm currently doing.
So what your job should be is you pushing everybody to your YouTube channel, and then you giving out little whatever you may give out on your YouTube channel. So as a fundraiser, as Psychop, you got.
That's why I mentioned that earlier. I said what you told me. That's what I've been doing. I applied that, and it's moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that on that aspect, I took that advice, and that's already happened. That's in rotation right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when you think about it. You put something on your YouTube channel, everybody and their mama watching YouTube for content. So you get a little bit of eye candy. You go find you one of them old shakedowns that don't mind running his mouth. Everybody and their mama got a cousin that's funny. So it ain't no such thing as ill. Nigga, my cousin gay. Funny as a motherfucker, but he gay. It is what it is. So you use those people because they have their own universe.
Right.
They got their own society. So if it's content and if it's just funny, that generates traffic. All you worry about was traffic with your social media. Now everybody is looking at real peoples.
Yeah.
Based on you being a content creator.
Right.
So again, like I said, it'd be cheating because I kind of like build with you, but you know what I mean? And we're going to continue to build until, you know what I mean? You see what it really is, man. And it's kind of like, nah, God, set stage to where you want to build your ship on your own, man.
Right. No, No, man, that's real, man. It's different ways and different avenues and markets that you gotta tap into, you know. So at this point in time, yeah, I'm definitely, you know, I take everything into consideration, man. You know, so I just pretty much find what's gonna work for me, but it still gotta fit. It gotta fit my image and my brand. You know, it's the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing that, but it gotta be the real people's way. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be true. It gotta be true to the game, true to my nature. So that's the way I've been. You know, that's the way I be going. I look at things. You know.
Yeah, that's called organic.
Yeah.
It's really called organic.
Right.
And what it is, when we use the words that we use, you say you had a lot going on. If you took the word on and spell it backwards, that means no.
Mm-hmm. But see, look, when you say no don't mean that don't mean the definite no.
No.
That means not today. I look at no's as not today.
No, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
No means the ledge. Know the ledge. When you put that together, that means knowledge.
Yeah, I'm following you.
So I said, let you say no to yourself and watch how many yeses from other people lay down. That's what I initially started with. Say no to yourself, meaning I have to know the ledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice breakdown.
Then everything else.
You know I rock with you. You know I rock with you, True. You know you always be in that game, bro.
No, we build, guys. That's the whole process about just taking and saying, okay, everything that I done dealt, you done been around all kind of people, you done heard all kind of stuff. It's just about sometimes you taking and saying, let me start saying no to me. So I ain't worried about if you say no to me, I said no to me. But I know my no means go get the knowledge of why you may say no to me.
Uh-huh.
So if we playing chess, not checkers, I'm surrounding the board with all kinds of pieces for you not to say yes. Because if I have already acknowledged myself by saying no, and when I turn my no around on me, that means I put myself on. See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's real. That's you like to philosophize, man. You're a philosopher.
Well, put me in the movie.
Hey, I'm talking to y'all about a movie, man.
Shit, put me in the movie. Well, if
you in there then. You in there.
Put me in the movie, and then what you can do is this: set up to where you want to do whatever you want to do live. We'll bring the radio to you, and then we will make an event out of whatever you, and then we'll call out. I'll have Ant to do what he do best for putting up these blasters, and by us being right there, we'll let it do what it do.
All right. Well, we're gonna chop it up, man. We're gonna chop it up off air, bro. We're gonna make it happen. I got some stuff in the works. I want to do something for Halloween. If y'all ain't got no event planned for Halloween.
Well, I got something with Murray on Halloween. Called the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I like things, man, and again putting shit together to where it makes sense for us, man.
Right. No, I can dig that. I can dig that. That's a big night. You know, it's gonna be a lot of bags getting passed over and getting handed in people's hands that night.
Yeah, but what you got to realize, you have to make your life like a soundtrack to your movie.
Uh-huh.
That means if it is a smooth rhythm that allows you to go to rest when you do close your eyes to get rest, you still visualizing scenes of a movie.
Yeah.
Scenes of a rap. Scenes of something your daughter said to you. Matter of fact, how was your daughter, God?
It's already, hey man. You see, you spoke a lot right there because with that being said, that leading up to this album, that is gonna be the soundtrack to the movie. Cause all my whole life is a soundtrack in the movie. So that's natural. So it's definitely gonna happen, bro. Y'all lay around for that Return of the King album coming up. So that's definitely it's in the play. Everything's in the play, bro. Everything manifesting.
Like I said, God, you got my squares. I got your squares. Your word is bond. The world heard you say you put True Allah in the movie. I know how to play. I know how to. I'm listening. I'm gonna tell you something. Mm-hmm. Go look at Phil Blunt, and you see a little cat with the gray beard. Go look in the Chris Payne Fight the Power video. I'm in so many little cats videos, but I don't got to talk. But I know how to talk.
Right.
But if I talk in front of a camera, can you imagine what other people will be saying based on, this cat's a natural.
But there you go. You my father friend that's gonna give me some game when I come up here to Maryland as soon as I get off the plane.
Yeah, some OG cat that can sit you down and really tell you about the game because again, on both sides I've been there. I know what it is to get put away and the cat fake sending you letters and all that. I know what it is to be running around doing the yam jam dance. I know what it is.
There it is. I'm writing that in there. I'm writing you in, bro.
I know what it is. Give me an Iggy Jiggy name and watch people be like, yo, your pop friend, the stuff he was saying, I'll take what you give me. But then you'll see how I organically take my own little, just like I broke down now to you. You know what I mean? People be sitting there, right now going, wow. Because
that was hard. That was hard, though. That was hard. That's hard how you took that and put it together.
Think how many people you look to say yes to you. Right?
Right.
But why do they always say, yeah? That ain't yes. You know why? Yeah is a substitute for yes because that yeah means, yeah, I'll get around to it.
It depends on how you phrase it. Because how we do it down south is that, it's an emotion behind it.
Okay, bang.
Feel behind it.
Yeah, you see that? And you know when it's 100 and you know when it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
So that's what I'm saying to you. Certain words we have learned to become dapt to friend. Yeah, them yeahs became more powerful than a nigga saying yes to you. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like I just said that, because I mean it, and I felt it. So that's real though, man. It's all about how you express yourself and the emotion you get from behind the word.
Yeah,
because words are power. Words are sharper than a sword.
Man, just think about the very first time. I'm gonna get just imagine this in one of our movies. You came to see me, and you just said that, and I said to you, young blood, just think about the very first time a young little sister told you she loved you. And you looked at her and said, look at me eye to eye and say you love me. But for some reason, she couldn't look at you eye to eye to say, I love you. And it started making you say, hey, what, you shy? No, she ain't shy. You done did all kind of like wild style cow stuff. So she ain't shy, right? But what she didn't tell you is that the person that I thought loved violated me. So you telling me to look you in the eyes, I have already been violated.
Yeah, and that's a lot of, that's real. That's reality right there. There's so many situations like that.
Okay, so now just imagine what that would have did in one of the little films or whatever you may got, because so many people in their real life, they're like, damn, he just shook me because that was me. There's so many people watching movies saying, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so really violated me. So in all reality, what is love to you? When at the very principle of it, you've been violated by love.
That's real, bro. That's a real life situation, and I could definitely play that out on the camera because I can pull from reality from that. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that's why not even believing. I know that's why I'm good at it, because I got a chance to live. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of situations, so when it comes to certain scenes, I can pull from reality. You know what I'm saying? And bring that to the film. So that's a dope concept. I'm already in on that. But, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I love acting too, bro, because I can take stuff from pain from either my life or something that I seen, and I can bring it to cinema. That shit is fun, man. That shit is fun, bro.
That's what I'm saying to you. Just being able to sit down and run the same little spiel you just heard to somebody, knowing that everybody that's behind them cameras are looking at me saying, cut, wah. Somebody in their cipher has been affected by what I just laid out so organically. So now they're going to look at you a little different, because you touching on things that people run and hide from.
Yeah, and that's what's so dope about projects, because they all a piece of art. It's all work. It's what the viewers can relate to, and that's what makes for good television or good films. Just being relatable, and that's man, that's been a gift. That's been a gift for me to be able to do that, whether or film or music. You know what I'm saying? So. Like, it's destiny. It's the destiny, man.
Well,
I love it.
Like I said, everything working in your behalf, God. I know you working hard, and everything about this life is called time. TIME. But when you look at the word time, it kind of spells something besides just time. Because it do in the word time, in the word time, it does says me. Me is in the word time, whether you realize it or not. Damn, that's true.
It's at the end.
It's at the end. So now what I'm saying to you is, in the midst of your life, now that you ain't at the end of it, because in the end of your life, it will say he was born 19 minus 20 In the midst of that minus, nobody talks about the minus. And that's a part of time. So in the midst of time, it's kind of like, take inventory of me. See that? So while that clock is moving, how often do you take an inventory of yourself? Just you, not my work, but me. When I check my engine light, not my work, but me. When I remove myself away from people that I'm acquainted with, not because we're at odds, just because I'm checking me. And that's what people don't do, man. You know, give yourself some time to really see, you know, what you are moved or affected by as an artist, as a creator. And then that's how some magic can come up. Because if you go to look, you say, okay, what's new under the sun? Nothing. So how is whatever I'm going to do be anything different? When there's nothing new under the sun. That means I got to go look inside myself, flip myself inside out, and if the average person did that, they would die from fear. You know why? Because you ain't understanding how stuff moving in you that you put in you. We talk all that tough, fly, gang, but if you was to flip yourself inside out to see how your heart is saying to everything else that you put in it, I ain't never turned my back on you yet. Ain't that's deep?
Yeah, man, that's deep.
That your heart will say to you, I never turned my back on you. And even when you did foul, rugged stuff, I continue to beat for you.
And I kept it 100 all the way through.
I beat it for you until you beat me out of breath. I'm going to close with that, King.
Hey, man. True Allah, everybody. Real peoples, man. Anthony, man, hey, man, it's a pleasure, man, being at the Indie Roundtable, man. It's like this is my second time, and I'm pretty sure I'll be back again, man. So I'll keep in contact with you guys. I'll be calling y'all. Just let me know when y'all available. I'll be calling y'all shortly.
We always available, but one of the best things about it, by you having a podcast, we can help you get your numbers up with your podcast.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on that, man.
No,
ready to move.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you another jewel now while the world listening to us. You figure out how you doing whatever you doing on your podcast, and then you tie us into it, and then we bring the round table on an off night to when you doing what you doing over there, and then we have all kind of different people over there that aid and assist what you doing.
All right, we definitely gonna make that happen. That sounds good, man. Sounds good, man. Y'all have a blessed night, man. Thank you again. I appreciate everything. Everybody tune in to the Indie Round Table next Friday.
Yes, sir, God. We appreciate you, man. And everybody tune in again to Real's People on all social platforms. Tune in to the God, and we're going to do something nice and special for the God because, again, over here, man, it's about your dedication and your loyalty. I move on how loyal a person is. That's me. And it has affected me and it has hurt me, but it has taught me a lot. But that's who Allah or God has made me. A person that looks for your loyalty. I don't give a damn what you talk about. Your loyalty. Because whatever you saying, we can check. It'll check itself if it ain't real.
Say that there. All right, man. Bless up, man.
Yes, sir, man. Night. Again, with that being said, Anthony, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll catch you when I catch you. And since you're sitting over there with your hat on back eating a cheeseburger. Again, my brother, we did our thing. It's been another successful, man. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed you, brothers, man. And it's just real what we have created, King. It's real, man. And with that being said, you can find me at 4-1 on all social media platforms. And you definitely can find me in a few minutes on this radio at City Buzz Radio. Yes, it is the After Drive with the God himself, True Allah. I enjoyed you, brothers. We always come in peace. Until next time, next Friday, 6 o'clock sharp, God willing, we'll see you all again at the Indie Roundtable. In closing words, may you find strength in all your weaknesses. Peace.